Hello, buddy. It's Bendominator, and welcome back to another episode of the Bendominator podcast. Today, we're on episode 35 of the podcast, and I hope everyone is doing wonderful today. And yeah, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We're back at it again with yet another week where there isn't really that much to talk about, but at the same time, there actually is a good amount of stuff to talk about. Unfortunately, we are not going to be getting an update tomorrow, which isn't really a problem in my opinion, actually, now that I think about it. But it would have been cool to see an update, of course. I made a whole video about updates this week and how I feel about updates and what's kind of like the schedule, or not really so schedule, but just how updates have been handled so far in the chapter and what's been going on with that. But just kind of a quick rundown of that. I don't know. I don't think that we really need an update right now. I think the game is perfectly fine as it is, especially because there's going to be, at least supposedly due to leaks, there's going to be some things coming out tomorrow. Even though there's not technically going to be an update, there's still going to be some stuff happening. So that's exciting, and apparently 19.10 should be next Tuesday, but we'll come back next week with the podcast and see about that. But yeah, you know, I'm actually kind of glad because that doesn't mean I don't have to wake up early tomorrow to cover the update, though I do want to make a video on whatever does come out tomorrow, if something does come out, and again, we'll talk about that in the news section of this podcast. But yeah, I hope everyone's just doing well. I hope everyone's just having a good day today. I am personally having a pretty good Monday today, actually. I had a pretty good weekend, so I'm feeling good at the start of this week, and I'm excited to start doing the podcast today. So this week was kind of me getting back into uploading more consistently and just getting my headspace back into the channel. Because the week before I kind of talked about how I didn't really take a break from the channel. I just like took a week to kind of just chill and not really do too much, especially because I had a week off school and everything. Actually, I think that might have been 2 weeks ago at this point. I don't actually remember. No, I think it was last week. Either way, this week we got back into the content. Still only uploaded 2 videos this week, which is kind of the average for me anyway, but I'm really proud of those 2 videos, honestly. For the start of like my first 2 commentaries for 2022, I'm pretty happy with them. I think they're some of the better videos I've done, more discussion focused and not really so much just like news and stuff, which again, like if you've been listening to the podcast, you've probably heard me talk about this a bunch, but I've been kind of moving into the whole discussion form of commentaries and less so like just covering news, because my channel really just started out as a news channel. And then, of course, we have Brim, which kind of covers all the creative stuff. And I definitely will talk about news that I'm interested still, but I kind of just, I don't really cover news often that much anymore, unless I really find it interesting. So, yeah, I think these 2 videos, the first one being thoughts on Winterfest, and then do we take Fortnite updates for granted? Again, I talked about that a little bit at the start of the episode here. Just kind of getting more to the discussion. I think those videos are a bit better made. I really got to test out my new microphone in those as well. Just up the quality, upped everything. Not like a huge amount. I mean, it's not like a giant noticeable like leap in quality, but I think for the start of 22, I'm pretty proud of those videos. Like, I'm more proud of those videos than I have been with a lot of the other videos I put out recently, with other exceptions. Like, I'm still really happy with how the combo video turned out and stuff. And of course the Brim trailers and other things, but I think 2022 is going to be a big leap forward for the channel, and I'm excited about it. I think these 2 videos kind of show how we're improving a bit, even if it's just slightly, and hopefully by the end of the year it's going to be even more improved. And I've got some big video ideas coming up as well. Whether or not those get done soon, I'm not sure, because they are big projects, but I really hope I can get them done, because I've been working on them for a while, doing a lot of scripting recently, a lot of writing, so I'm excited about those. And hopefully I can make kind of those more, because I like script most of my stuff. Some videos I just write notes for, like a lot of the news videos I would just write notes for them. But for some of the discussion things, I script a lot more of it out, so there's that. And then also, just I want to get into like fully just long form, fully like video essay style content on certain topics for Fortnite, similar to how I'm doing with the Benderbricks channel. But the thing is, if you notice on the Benderbricks channel, I've literally only made 2 videos in like the last what how long have I had that channel? Like when did I like start that channel? Like a few months ago? I think it was like this summer I did. So yeah, like half a year, 2 videos. So those videos take a long time to make. It's like long form, fully scripted. Like I could make a fully scripted like 5-minute video. That's fine, but like long form, and even in my 5-minute videos, like I have a script, but I go off script sometimes because I like having it a bit more free form. The script is kind of just a guide, because I don't want to like sound robotic in those videos and stuff like that. But like ideally, if I made like a video essay style video, I'd do a full script and a bunch of editing and all that kind of stuff. And I want to get into that. I want to get into that. I want to do more stuff like the what was it called? The what's the deal with reskins video. Add some more comedy into the videos. And I want that to be the norm. I really do, but it's just not possible right now unless I literally like, which is it's never gonna, like, YouTube's never gonna be my full-time job. And the only way that would be possible for me to make like long form video essay contents for every single video, or at least doing it at like once a week, YouTube would have to be my job at that point. It would have to be like the only thing I do. And that's just not gonna happen. So it's just like I really want that to be the norm though, because I know people really like people like that video, and I like that's what I want to do with the channel. I want it to be like kind of video essay, more comedic, more well edited. I want that to be the norm. So I'm gonna make steps to kind of get the videos even better, and I think the first 2 videos I made this year have a kind of been a bit of an improvement already. I'm never gonna be able to get to the point where I can make what I want to make on a consistent basis without YouTube being my full-time job, which is never gonna be. So I don't know. It just takes a lot of time, but I'm gonna try to make those videos more often at the very least. I'm gonna try and make those videos because like I can do them. Like the thing is I can make those videos, they just can't be the norm. They can't come out every single week. They can't even come out every single month probably. That's how long they take to make. That's how hard they're to write and stuff, and just to make, to edit, and they just take a long time. But they're so much fun, and I'm always super proud of them. And yeah, so that's what I want to do. Again, that's what I'd like to do, but we'll see. So yeah, overall channel 2022, new year, gonna start making some improvements. I'm gonna start just moving into more creative video topics, more discussion-based video, not as much news stuff. I will cover news if it's something that's interesting to me, because, sometimes there's news that I want to talk about, but overall, just up the quality of my videos, make them a bit more professional, make them a bit more enjoyable to watch. Not that they weren't already, but just take what I already have, because I think I have a good video format, and just improve upon it. Implement some more editing techniques. Implement just a kind of more chill feel to it. I've been using some like lo-fi video game remix music, which like I like the fact that a lot of my videos I just kind of pick music from games that I enjoy, especially games from my childhood. Like I'll use a lot of Little Big Planet music. I use a lot of Pokemon music. But I actually kind of really like the lo-fi remix stuff as well, especially if I can get it just like copyright free. Because there's so many people who just make non-copyright lo-fi remixes. So like I don't know. I kind of like the chill vibe of that. I don't know. I'll have to do like a poll on it, because I like the chill vibe of the lo-fi stuff, because I think it just makes the videos feel more calming. Because I don't want the videos to be like super in your face, like, oh my god guys, it's the new weapon in Fortnite. Like I don't want it to be like that, but music can go a long way in kind of changing the feeling. Like even if I'm speaking like how I normally speak in the podcast, or if I speak in a more quiet tone, like I know in the videos I'm definitely a bit more like I project my voice more than I do in the podcast, because the podcasts are definitely a lot more laid back. But I don't know, if I were to like just kind of tone it down a bit maybe, and just kind of keep the lo-fi stuff and keep it a bit more chill, I feel like that could be a nice change of pace, because I feel like it would be nice to have my videos just be a bit more laid back, because I know they're kind of already like that, but I think that's definitely something that the Fortnite community, not really the Fortnite community, just like Fortnite YouTube could use. Just, and I know other people already do that, but just adding to that, I think would be cool. Just to kind of make it feel a bit more laid back, you know? And I think the lo-fi music fits that. But at the same time, I also just really like being able to, like have a unique music for different videos. So I guess it depends on the video. But because obviously like lo-fi music isn't gonna work for like a gameplay video, but I don't really make that many gameplay videos. But that's another thing I want to do. I want to make more gameplay videos, not necessarily like BR, because BR is fun, but I don't necessarily like when I play BR. I just kind of like to chill out and just play it and just have a good time. I'm not really ever in the mood to like go super try hard and like try to get a win and be like, we're getting a win right now, we're doing this. Or sometimes I do that, but most of the time I just kind of chill and play it. And I feel like when I'm chilling and playing BR, I feel like that's a bit more entertaining for a live stream and not so much a video. Because if you're making a video on Fortnite, you kind of got to be exciting, you got to be entertaining the whole time. And I don't know if that's just something I'm interested in, but when it comes to creative, there's so many fun things you can do in creative that would be great for videos. I have a few ideas already. Of course, we've been doing the combo videos. I've made 2 of those combo videos. Those have both been such a fun time. I want to do more stuff like that. So for videos like that, of course, kind of like lo-fi music wouldn't fit, you know? You kind of got to have the more upbeating, exciting music. That's why I usually use like the Pokemon battle themes for those videos. But for like the commentaries, I don't know. I like the lo-fi stuff, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe I'll mix it up. I guess it just depends on the video, depends on the topic, whatever I'm talking about. Maybe if I'm talking about something really exciting, I'll put on some more exciting music. But if I'm talking about something that's not so exciting or a bit something more laid back, I'll put on the lo-fi stuff. But I might just do a poll asking people what music they prefer in the videos and what kind of vibe they want with the videos overall. Because I know like it's harder to keep people's attention if you kind of keep the videos more laid back, but I think it's worth it because it just makes the videos better in my opinion. Like I'd rather watch something that's more laid back, that's more like chill, has a nice chill vibe to it, than something that's just like in your face, like really exciting all the time. Because like there's definitely an audience for that, and I think that's where the gameplay stuff fits in. But for a commentary, if I'm just talking about the game, I don't know if there's really a need for that. But I know there's definitely an audience for it, and there's people who do it really well. Like CypherPK keeps his viewers engaged. A big reason why he's so successful is because he keeps it exciting, not only with his tone and the way he talks, but also with the gameplay, because the gameplay also keeps people engaged, being able to watch like what he's doing, and they want to see like him win the match at the end, of course. So yeah, there's a lot of factors to it. And you just kind of, as a content creator, you kind of just got to think, what do I want for myself? What kind of vibe do I want to give off with my videos? And I think 2022 is kind of a good time to explore that a bit more and kind of switch things up a bit, not keep things the same as they were in 2021, and see if people like it, and experiment more, because you can't grow without taking risks. And I think in 2022, I think I need to take more risks with the channel. I think I need to not play it so safe, do some more things. Maybe I'll do something I really like. Maybe I'll do something I don't like, but then I'll realize it. Like, maybe other people don't like it too, and I'll realize that, and I'll be like, okay, don't do that. That's a learning experience too, So, I think that's a good idea. I like the idea of experimenting, and I think that's something I want to do. So, yeah, there's my long-winded kind of reflection on the channel. It's weird that I didn't do that last week, but I guess this week it was kind of my first week of 2022 kind of releasing content. So, second week into 2022, I think I've been thinking about how I want to do things. So, yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a bit of a background on how I'm thinking when it comes to the channel right now. And that's kind of one of my favorite things about the podcast, because I like listening to I really like listening to creators talk about, like, just be upfront about how they feel about their content and how they feel about their channel, whether that be good or bad. So hopefully that's something you guys are interested in too. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to talk about more channel stuff on the podcast, because I know I have a segment for it each week. Like at the start of every episode, I usually just talk about the channel for a bit, but maybe I'll make it into even just a larger thing in the future. Who knows? But anyways, let's go ahead and go on to the news section. I can't speak. We've gotten to this is the I can't speak segment. Now we'll go into the news segment. So yeah, let me actually just pull that up real fast. So yeah, no update this week, but next week is what people are saying, the 18th, and that would be 19.10, which is speculated to be the Tilted Towers update, which I am really excited for, but also really worried for, because I know for a fact that with all the server stuff that's been going on lately, Tilted Towers is going to destroy the servers. Like, no doubt, Tilted Towers is going to destroy the servers. I have a feeling, I'm willing to bet, now this may be a bold claim, but I am willing to bet that the release of Tilted Towers will see more players than Chapter 3's launch. And Chapter 3's launch, so like, that was like peak, was that the peak amount of players that Fortnite's ever seen? I think it might be. I think it has to be. It's either that or the Thanos mode. But I think they have peaked since then when it comes to player count. So I think Tilta Returning, that's gonna be huge. That is, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to play on that day. Like, I'll release a video on the unreleased skins, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to play like, I don't think I'm even gonna be able to play the game, because it's probably gonna be down for most of the day. Hopefully I'll be able to play it, but I don't know. I'm worried, but I'm excited. You know, I'm really excited for it, and I think it's just gonna be crazy. But I'm sure after everything, they're preparing the servers. Once they got back from break, I'm sure one of the first things they did was just trying to improve the servers. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens, but I'm excited for that. I think Tilted is gonna be really cool, and it's just really cool to get like a POI mid-season anyway. Just like seeing a POI appear during a season, especially something as hype as Tilted. Like, man, that's exciting. That is really, really exciting. But, well, we may not be getting an update next week. Apparently, we're going to be getting a content update tomorrow. Again, I'm not going to say that it's confirmed or anything, but, I mean, I believe it. I believe it, but again, I don't like to spread misinformation, so do with this what you will. But supposedly, we're going to be getting the weather tomorrow, which, if that's the case, that would be huge. But not only that, not only the weather. Now, I'm more excited for this than the weather, actually, to be honest. Flare guns returning. If this is true, I really hope this is true. Because if that's true, that is amazing. I love the flare gun. I loved it in Chapter 2 Season 3. One of my favorite things about that season. I really hope they don't, like, nerf it. I hope they keep it, because I think one of the reasons they took it out, I feel like, is just because people thought it was, like, overpowered. Which, I guess I could see that, but I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. I just like the flare gun. I think it was really cool. I think it was really fun. The recon scanner was cool in Season 7, but the flare gun being able to, like, ignite things on fire, just such a fun weapon to use, and it's got limited uses, so it makes sense. Like, you gotta use it sparingly. I think it's just fun. I think the flare gun's just fun, so I really do hope they bring it out. And it would add to the items that aren't healing items. I think it's really good to help balance that out, because right now, I think there's a bit too many healing items compared to other items, especially explosives, but adding clingers was a very good idea, and if they add the flare gun, that's even better. Like, a very good job on evening out the item pool, because the weapon pool right now I think is pretty good. I think they could use an explosive weapon, especially since the snowball launcher's gone, but hey, maybe we'll get that eventually. And yeah, I guess the flare gun will kind of fill in that role as well a little bit. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see if the flare gun comes out, because if it does, I'm going to be very happy about that, because I really do like the flare gun. We also got the snow melting, which is interesting. I know a lot of people are upset about the snow, and I'm kind of upset about it too. The thing is, I wouldn't really be too upset if they just left a tiny bit on the map left, like the top left corner, I don't see why they couldn't just do that. Maybe they will, but I don't think so at this point. They have stages for like every single melting thing. Um, so yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate, you know? I would have liked to see the snow stay. And I'm glad that, like, I'm fine with it melting right now because I think there was a bit too much snow at the start, which is fine, but I think it's nice to kind of even it out a bit. But once it's all gone, man, it's just gonna be like, I don't know. I like the snow, you know? I mean, it's not gonna like ruin the map or anything. It's not gonna ruin the game. It's just snow, but it's just nice. It's nice to have snow, and I don't really see why we can't have a snow biome, but hey, you know, we still got the desert biome. All the POIs are still gonna be the same. It's just gonna be grass, you know? It's not gonna be a big deal. But you know, I don't know. The snow is just fun, you know, but it's not like a game changer. It's not like, but I see why people are complaining about it, you know. I see why people are upset, because I'm upset. I like the snow, but it's not something I'm really gonna spend too long. Well, I say that I've already spent like 2 minutes talking about the snow, but I'm not gonna go on Twitter and type out a tweet about how I'm really upset about the snow, because it's not that big a deal, in my opinion. But hey, others may feel strongly about it, which I'm not gonna blame them for, because you know what, the snow is really cool. So, but for me, it's not a deal breaker. I don't really think it is a deal breaker for that many people, but you know, you know. Anyway, sorry about that. Just got a bit distracted there. They also released like the so a lot of people have been talking about Madcap recently. Because they released his pickaxe to everyone for compensation for the whole downtime thing, which, in my opinion, I don't think they really needed to compensate us for that. Like, I know they did it early on in Fortnite, but that's because it was, like, really early on, and they were, like, really worried about how people would, like, react to stuff like that, and that was, like, much longer, I think. But I don't know. I'm glad that they did, I guess. I mean, it's a cool pickaxe, so I'll take it. It's just I'm seeing a lot of people being like, "Oh, well, this confirms that Madcap is coming out to the shop soon." And I don't necessarily think that's true. Like, I hope Madcap comes out because that would be amazing. But at the same time, every time he doesn't come to the shop, it's also kind of funny because he's been in the files so long. But like, I don't know. I think they literally just picked the Madcap pickaxe because they were like, "Oh, what's an unreleased pickaxe that we haven't released? Oh, that one's cool. All right, we'll use it." I think that's like the only reason. They were just like, "Oh, well, we gotta find a reward now." Because you gotta remember, like, they weren't planning on the servers going down and having to compensate. They were just like, "Oh, well, people want compensation. What's an item we can give them?" And they just thought of that. I don't think they were like, "Oh, well, we're bringing back Madcap soon, so let's tease them with," like, I don't think so. If they do, that would be cool. But I don't think so. I do hope Madcap comes out soon, though. I do hope he comes out soon. But also at the same time, see, I say I do hope he comes out soon, but at the same time, I think it's kind of cool to have like an item that's just like they just never bring it out. But like I want them to bring it out eventually so that the hype is there. But I don't think many people are actually gonna buy it. I don't know how many people actually like the skin. Like I wouldn't buy it, but maybe other people. Like I know some people do, but it's not like a super like popular skin. Like there has to be a reason they haven't brought it out, right? I don't know if they're just trying to build up hype or if they just forgot about it or what. He was even an NPC skin last season, so I don't know. It's just really weird that they just haven't brought it out yet. I'm also curious to know with the weather thing, because tomorrow, if we do get the weather, it would be tornadoes and the lightning storms. I'm curious to think if they're gonna do more, because I don't remember. I'd have to rewatch the trailer, but I feel like I might remember them saying something about like there being more than. I don't think so, actually. I don't know. I would have to rewatch the trailer, but I'm curious to know if there would be more than just tornadoes and lightning storms. Obviously, if they come out tomorrow, those probably will be the only two, because those are the only two that have been leaked, unless they did a really good job of encrypting stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. It would be I like I can't even think of what other weather they would add though, is the thing. I can't even think of it because like tornadoes, thunderstorms, like it would be cool to see like a tidal wave, but I don't know how that would even work. um yeah, I'm not really sure, like a tsunami or something. Uh that could be interesting, but I don't know if that's something they want to do. But yeah, I'm just glad that that stuff is coming to the game. Like it's cool, and I hope they do more stuff like it. Like I hope they do more event, like mid-game event stuff, because they have like they have done live events, but the thing about live events is they don't really, like, they're mostly just, at this point I feel like a lot of live events are mostly just marketing for the next season or some other collab that they're doing it with. But I think the next step for live events would to be just have like events randomly happen mid-game that affect the match, which is kind of what they're doing with the tornadoes and the thunderstorms, but having like some giant set piece that drastically affects the duration of the match that only happens every once in a while, similar to Battlefield, especially the older Battlefield games that kind of had that stuff, like the dam breaking and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I think that would be really cool. And I think the weather is a good step in the right direction, because obviously Battlefield also did that with their, like, that's kind of how they reinvented that system for the newer game. But I think going back to that older thing of just like a giant set piece, like imagine something like the rocket launch event happening mid-game and affecting how the game works or how the rest of the match plays out. And not even just like changing the map, or just like imagine the rocket launches, it goes in the sky, it does something, and it like refreshes like the loot pool. And like for that match, there's like a bunch of loot, or like a bunch of new loot you can get that match or something like that. Or something that happens just to like, and even like you could do the thing where it like changes the map for a bit or changes the environment. Also, if they were to introduce more weather, I think sandstorms in the desert would be cool. And honestly, just rain. Just rain in general on the map. Rain and snow and stuff. I think that would be fun. Just even if it's just visual. I think that could be interesting. But yeah. That's how I feel about the weather. I think they could do cool live event. Again, I kind of wish I could think of a better example, because those weren't really my best, but if I can, I'll be sure to talk about it. Maybe I'll even make a video on it. But yeah, I think mid-game like events would be cool, just to like change things up. And I think technically the tornadoes and stuff are kind of like that, but it'd be cool to take it even further and kind of use what they do for like the live events and implement it into the gameplay. I think that would be cool. They also changed the heavy, but I was confused about this, but I did some research today and I saw some posts about it. But yeah, the heavy's like different. Like they made a new version of it, but as far as I know, like it's not in creative. Like it didn't get updated for creative. They just made a new version of it and they added new rarities. So it seems to me like they're getting ready to implement it into chapter 3, as and kind of introducing it as if it were a new shotgun. Especially because they took the scope away, which is probably meant to like get rid of any confusion with the whole MK7 and be like, oh, there's a scope on this. Why doesn't this have the MK7 thing? I don't. It is kind of disappointing though, because it would have been cool to see a heavy shotgun with the MK7 scope thing. Like, I really hope the MK7 isn't the only gun that has that feature. I hope that's like a thing they do for a bunch of new guns. But nonetheless, I think it's cool. I hope they add the heavy back. I hope it's not like that bad. I hope it's like the best shotgun in the meta, because I like the heavy. I think it's a nice shotgun, and I think this season could use another shotgun. I mean, I'd rather see a new SMG or a new explosive weapon. But hey, I wouldn't complain about the heavy coming into the game. It'd just be interesting to see how they balance it. And I do hope that they actually keep it as a brand new item and they maybe even rename it. Similar to how they have, like, in creative right now, they have the SMG and the submachine gun. or like the two different versions of the P90. So I hope they keep, like, if they add it to creative, they have the new heavy and they keep the old heavy in creative, just to like still have those and not affect the old one. Because I like the old one in creative. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to news for this episode. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to viewer questions. Always remember that if you guys want your questions to be answered on the podcast, I do a community post every single week. I need to get better about doing them on Twitter as well and on Discord, because I always forget. Domesticated Dress, Locker Bundle concept, I'm assuming Axo, Mech Pickaxe, but what else? I think I made a video a long time about what my Locker Bundle would be. I might do an updated version of that. But if I were to have a Locker Bundle, yeah, of course, it would be Axo, the Lead Swinger. In terms of the back bling, I forgot what I said for that. I guess the back bling would have to go with Axo. Because I never run a back bling with Axo is the thing. So, but if it's a Locker Bundle, they have to keep the back bling with the skin. So, of course, it would be the neon backboard. When it comes to the glider, I think what I said for my video is the Raven glider, which I think I still stand by, even though it's not like a good combo. Raven was my old main. That glider I think is still really good, the Raven glider, with like the wings and stuff. And it represents my old main. It represents like the first cosmetic I ever bought in the game. So yeah, I think I'd go with the Raven glider. And then I would probably include like an emote, and I would probably include the I think I originally said like the saxophone emote. I think I would change that. Yeah, I think I would change that to one of the basketball emotes. Because you know, Axo. Basketball, you know. I don't know which one it would be though. Like probably like the dribbling emote or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of what my Locker Bundle will be. Again, I made a video about I made this like a year ago, but there's a video that I had. What if I made my Unluck Bundle? I pretty much keep everything in that video the same except for the emote. I would probably change the emote to one of the basketball emotes. But that's probably it. I think that's about it for that. So let me go back to the questions. A lot of people asking for like hints of next season. I can't say anything about the next season of Brim, guys. Sorry. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I apologize. I don't want to leak anything or say anything. But it's gonna be exciting. So, Fullman asked, if you had to remove a season from Fortnite, which one would it be and why? One season from Chapter 1 and one season from Chapter 2. If I had to remove one, I mean, I guess it's kind of just asking like what would be my least favorite from each. Well, Chapter 1, I think, honestly, my least favorite from Chapter 1 is probably Season 9. I don't like the map changes that much. I think they actively made the map worse that season. Kind of felt the same way about Season 8, though, but Season 8 had more fun stuff. You know, the gameplay was more fun in Season 8. Season 9, like, the whole loot pool, they just, I don't know what they did. They had the combat, which I'm not a huge fan of the combat, pre-nerf and post-nerf. I wasn't a fan of how overpowered, like, it wasn't that bad, but, like, it was pretty annoying to go against. But then I wasn't a fan of how they nerfed it so bad to where it's pretty much useless now. When they bring it back and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, they should have just, I feel like they could have made that weapon, like, good. Because, like, it was too good, and then it was bad, and they do that all the time with the weapons. I wish they would just find a way to make it work, but I guess the combat's just kind of a weird one. But I feel like it could have worked if they did a bit more tweaking with it, but they just didn't. So I think Chapter 1, Season 9 would be the one I would remove, and then Chapter 2, Chapter 2, Season 2. And I know a lot of people, I've said this many times before, but I'm not a fan of Chapter 2, Season 2 and what it did to the game during Chapter 2. The effects of it are gone now, but I feel like it tarnished a lot of other seasons. I think if I were to remove a season, like, that would be the big one, where it'd be like, yes, because if that season didn't exist, a lot of my problems with later seasons also wouldn't exist, assuming they wouldn't just reuse those ideas later. So, yeah, Chapter 2 Season 2. I'm not going to go into it now because people are going to not be happy with that opinion. But I've talked about it in the past. I wish I had I don't think I have a video talking about it, but I've talked about Chapter 2 Season 2 and why I don't like it in the past. I wish I could remember what video or what stream that was. But maybe I'll make a video on it in the future. I just don't want to get into it right now. Because it's a big thing. But yeah, again, I can't say any future stuff on Brim seasons and stuff like that. And yeah. If you were to do a Brim storyline series, what storyline would you do and characters would be introduced? Again, I don't really know. We don't really have plans for like a series right now. And yeah, again, I can't really say anything about storyline stuff because I don't want to spoil anything. But honestly, I think I'm about gonna end it there. I think I'm gonna leave the podcast here for now. This is a good one actually. This is much better. I liked being able to just reflect on the channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed that because that's definitely my favorite part of this week's podcast episode. And I hope you guys just enjoyed that. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.